Hello, and welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I'm Rand. Today I'll be giving you the Capper Comparison Picks for UFC 279, some of the prelim fights. This is an interesting card we're having. But before I get into this card, let me turn down the music. Right. Okay, before I get into this card, I just want to quickly go over last week's card because I think everybody did well. I want to say all my fellow cappers and friends, I think, had profitable weekends, as did I. I know Dave did. I did. I'm pretty sure everybody did fairly well this weekend. A lot of big winners. So I'm just going to quickly go through the card. Stephanie Egger took care of Aline Perez. I nailed that with the rear naked choke round 2. I called it submission round 2. If you don't believe me, check my Friday night live stream. I apologize for that because it started out real rocky. Dave, I'm really sorry. I was at my brother's house in his backyard for a little Labor Day weekend kickoff party and ended up I had to have there's too much crap in the background, too many drunk people. So I sent them off to the bar. I was like, why don't you guys go to the bar? I'll join you after. And then the show became like legit. And thank you, BC Dave, for holding it down for me until I managed to get rid of the background. But anyway, Stephanie Egger, submission round 2, very good. Then t-shirt bet against BC Dave. He had Khalid Taha. I had Christian Quinones. Quinones took care of him, TKO round 1. Dave was he was trying to say it was stopped too early. I don't think so. Khalid Taha got rocked and he was put down. I suppose there is an argument he could have came back, but still, Dave thinks I wear 2 X's now. Yeah, I'm fat boy on a diet. Don't try it, because I'll bust your ass like a Luda in a riot. Anyway, then I had, everybody had Benoit Saint Denis, huge favorite there, and expected to win as he did. I said he was going to knock that stupid mustache off of Gabriel Miranda, and he took care of him, TKO round 2. Very good. Then I had my first loss because for some reason I took the Polish Michael Figlak. He was 8-0, and I was just kind of fading Frost Ziam. I should have saw when I saw him in the face-off. Ziam was bigger, stronger. I should have went with him, and you know what? Part of me wanted to, but I stuck with my guns. Took Figlak, lost that one as Ziam got a unanimous decision victory. Then I took the Bull, John McDessie, only because of, I know I should have took the younger fighter. The younger fighter usually wins like 68% of the time. But I was watching their Instagrams, McDessie, and the stats said McDessie had more volume, striking, and plus Nasrat hot press prior to this McDessie fight. He was looking really lackluster against who's it? John Hooker or Dan Hooker, and then Green there. It's right tip of my tongue, but his last 2 fights he looked really bad. So Bobby Green and Dan Hooker. Brain fart today. Today was a happy Labor Day, those of you in America. Today was a day off, so I did a lot of relaxing, perpetrating what's up. But anyway, Nasrat Haqparast did come out with a unanimous decision, and he rightfully won that fight. Then, with the rest of the world, I had Abus Magomedov. I took him just by namesake, and I was fading Dustin Stoltzfus, since Dustin Stoltzfus barely got that win against Dwight Grant, so I don't see him beating Magomedov. So Abus, the German Dagestani, interesting. got the TKO of 19 seconds of round 1 with a front kick to punches. Took care of business fast. Good for him. I got that one. Then my last loss of the night was I had picked Charles Jourdain, Air Jourdain. I thought he was the natural bigger guy. Thought he was going to have the stronger punches. It went kind of close, but Nathaniel Wood did win that fight. Unanimous decision, as he should have. He got more volume every round. He did better. He fought a better fight against Charles Jourdain. Jourdain, I don't know. The hype is, man, what's he, 4-6 now in the UFC? Not a good look. I think I'm going to fade him now on out if I see him. I guess it all depends on who he's matched up with. The rest of the fights I got all correct, so I'll just whiz through them. William Gomes, majority decision. Roman Kopylov, very proud of this one. I took him to beat Alessio Di Chirico. Because of my research, I knew he was going to be the better fighter there. Stand up, he's a hand-to-hand combat expert, man. And he's been training with some killers over in Russia, like legitimate killers, where Alessio Di Chirico was training with Gegard Mousasi, not bad, and Marvin Vettori, which killers, but not full-time. They were just like, oh, come to Rome and I'll train with you, that type of deal. Then after that, Nasruddin Imavov got a unanimous decision over Joaquin Buckley, which I picked that by decision, prop bet it, won. Robert Whittaker, by decision, prop bet that, won over Marvin Vettori. And finally, Cyril Gane got the TKO round 3 as I predicted. I said this is not going to go to round 5. I even bet it TKO round 3. I think it was like a plus 600 or something stupid. I forget, or plus 500, I forget. But I did prop bet that, cashed out 9-3 overall, guys. So a pretty good night for me. Also, I picked two fantastic fantasy football teams. I had a pretty good weekend overall. Made some money. I don't know how many units, because I bet everything, dude. I'm betting the U.S. Open tennis. I'm betting college football. All sorts of. I'm a degen gambler, but I love it. And right now, all my bank rolls and all my online betting sites are all plus money. After this weekend, I've made money on all of them. So let's get into this. I got 3 hot prelim fights that are not one-sided. So that's what I've been doing lately. I'm not going to cover the one-sided, heavy favorite chalky fights. None of these are chalky. If you can see the lines already from Bet Online. So here we go. Starting with the first fight, we got the welterweight fight between. This is the curtain jerker for the entire card too. Darian Weeks taking on Yohan Lainesse, White Lion. Wait, never gonna think that when the children cry. Every time I think of White Lion, I just think of the 80s ballad, heavy metal rock band, ballad band from the 80s. But Lainesse comes in here as the slight underdog. Look at both of them, minus numbers. These are fresh off of Bet Online too. Lainesse 8-1 as a professional. He's minus 101. Darian Weeks 5-2 as a professional. He's a minus 119. But he's coming off 2 losses in the UFC. His 5-2. His only 2 losses as a professional came in the UFC. Most recently, he lost to Ian Gary Machado. It's silly that he put that in there. But Ian Gary beat him by unanimous decision. Darian Weeks, by the way, has never in his entire, not even amateur, he's got like a bunch of amateur fights as well. Never been finished in his entire career. Not amateur, not pro, never, ever. Very durable for Darian Weeks. Before Ian Gary's loss, he lost to Bam Bam Brian Barberina. That was his UFC debut against Bam Bam. So you can't really fault him for that. He did take it to decision again. Bam Bam won the decision, but that you got to give him a break. That was week's UFC debut. Before that, he had wins in the LFA over Craig Fairley, punches round 2 over Dustin Parrish in the Midwest Fight League. That's the one that's peppered with a whole bunch of Glory MMA fighters coming in there. He got TKO round 2 over Dustin Parrish there. And before that, he was in the Fighting Alliance where he beat Blaine Richards, rear naked choke round 2. So 3-2 in his last 5. Like I mentioned, his 2 losses can't take much from his debut against Bam Bam and then against the hot prospect Ian Gary. He trains out of the Midwest out of a place called Maupin's MMA. He's training with his brother Jacob Weeks, the brothers Jose and Miguel Zaragoza, and of course the owner, Coach John Maupins, down in, I think it's out of Missouri. I know it's not Hewlett. Hewlett is where Tapology says, and I've heard cappers like the Fight Night Picker are saying, representing Hewlett MMA Instagram, he's not at Hewlett MMA, he's at Maupins. Maupins MMA, he's got a whole, like a collage, montage, music videos, awesome, freaking awesome. Darian Weeks. So check his Instagram out where you can see that little montage to music. And the song is awesome too. What's it, something about like I can't remember, but it was like very catchy, like something about training, gonna get it in, I don't know, whatever. Well, let's talk about his opponent, Yohan Lainesse, the White Lion. White Lion training out of Canada. He owns his own gym in Canada called Académie Connexion, where he's the owner / boxing coach. However, Instagram, he has not been training there because he's training the XPN Center in Montreal, Canada, with Patrick Cote. Patrick Cote, UFC veteran, actually had a fight against Anderson Silva back in the day where he lost because of his leg injury. So Pat Cote, he's more of a coach trainer type, but he was a fairly good Canadian fighter over there. And that's the main partner for Yohan Lainesse. Okay, Yohan Lainesse lost his UFC debut most recently to Gabe Green, where he got TKO by punches round 2. Before that, he was a champ over at the Cage Fury Fighting Championship, CFFC, where he beat Evan Cutts body punches round 2. Troy Green, unanimous decision. Lenny Rufate, flying knee, 14 seconds of round 1. That is a fantastic victory there. Lainesse will also have the 2-inch height and 4-inch reach advantage coming in here. This is a very close fight. As you can see, the line is close as well. Let's start with the slight favorite here, Darian Weeks. He is the slightly younger fighter. He's 28. Lainesse is 30 years old. Taking Darian Weeks, we've got my boy, the Bulgarian Cowboy Vlad from UFC Celebrities and Classics, taking the side of Darian Weeks. Range, if I have to pick a side, I pick Weeks. My first pick is fight does not go the distance. And as you can see, the bookies also do not have it going the distance. Minus 150 for that. Then we've got Fight Night Picks. Matt from Fight Night Picks is taking Lainesse. However, his older brother Craig is on the side of Darian Weeks. Fight Night Picks Craig over here. I'm not sure who's winning between the two of them. Like overall, I think Matt does have a couple more wins, edging him out. But then we've got the Stat Diggers. Both Wheezy and DFS, both on the side of Darian Weeks here. All these links will be in the description. Then we've got Dev the dude. Dev taking Lainesse. However, Dev the dude. However, his co-host partner is Cell the Red, and Cell is on the side of Darian Weeks. The SM show, I'll put both these guys' channels in the description. And finally, we've got It's Your Boy. Thank you. eBay's taking Darian Weeks as well for the capper majority, finishing it off. We've got Darian Weeks taking the majority. I too am gonna go the side of Darian Weeks here. I'd like, you know what it is? He's got a little bit of wrestling. Lainesse does not. If it goes to the ground at all, Weeks will have the advantage. Lainesse, I saw him in his Instagram. He is training both striking and some ground, jiu-jitsu with Patrick Cote. But Weeks is doing 2-a-days, double training sessions with his brother and the Zaragoza brothers. Hardcore. I think he's putting in a lot more, and he starts out with the striking, ends his training every day with a lot of hard grappling jiu-jitsu, and I think that's where he's going to have the advantage. Lainesse, I think, actually have the advantage on the feet, but I think Weeks, his path to victory would be to get it to the ground, where he's going to win probably a Lainesse also shows signs of bad cardio against Gabe Green. Round 2, where he got finished by Gabe Green. He couldn't breathe. He couldn't do anything out there. And according to the stat diggers, he spent his whole last camp before he fought Gabe Green working on his cardio. I guess he didn't work it enough, because that's where Gabe Green won. That's, I think, Darian Weeks doing 2-a-day training sessions, putting it in there. He's going to have the better cardio. He is the slightly younger fighter here, and he's going to have the better ground game. I think Darian Weeks is going to probably win inside the distance. I don't know if it's going to be a knockout or a submission. We'll say TKO. I'm going to say round 2. I think it's going to be a ground and pound TKO after Lainesse is tired. So, moving on. Next we have bantamweight fight between Chad the Monster and Anheliger. Taking on Alateng Heili, the Mongolian Knight. I don't know if it's Alateng Heili or Heili Alateng. I get confused with these Chinese fighters. I don't know, guys. But nevertheless, you know who I'm talking about. The Mongolian Knight. He is the favorite. Mongolian Knight is the favorite here at -155. He has a record of 15-8-2, taking on Anheliger. The Canadian comes in with a record of 12-5 as a professional, a slight underdog of +135. Let's talk about Alateng, Heili Alateng. Mongolian Knight is coming off a win against Kevin Kroom. A nice win as he took him out in 47 seconds of round 1. Good win against Kevin Kroom. Before that, he had a draw against Gustavo Lopez. Heili Alateng should have won that. But whatever, it was a draw. I guess it's better than a loss, but still a draw. Ugh. Nobody likes a draw, except for the guys that were that clearly lost, that had money on it. They like draws because then they get their money back, or the bet is taken out of the parlay. Then we have a loss to Casey Kenny, but you can't take much from that loss. Casey Kenny is a pretty good fighter. Before that, he beat Ryan Benoit by split decision. That's a good win. And he made his UFC debut where he beat Dana Bakary by unanimous decision. Heili Alateng will have a 2.5-inch reach advantage. He did originally come out of the UFC Performance Institute of China. He graduated, they had their own UFC Performance Academy in Beijing. He graduated that. Now he's training out of Fight Ready, and for legit, he is training with He's got his coach Eddie Cha. It's in Instagram too. He's Archie Lang. Archie Lang, both Mongolian, can speak each other's language. Jonathan, JSP Jonathan Pierce in Instagram with him. Luis Saldana, also over there. Roman Salazar. And there's some photos of him and Henry Cejudo. He's, putting it in over at Fight Ready. Really loving the American culture over there for Alateng Heili. Now the Canadian. Oh, by the way, Alateng Heili, despite the Chinese wrestling, he is ranked number 3 overall in the country of China for freestyle wrestling. Ranked number 3 in China, freestyle wrestling. So he knows how to wrestle. But so does Chad Anheliger. Chad Anheliger, the monster, fighting out of the Champions Creed that is in Canada with Hakeem Dawodu. Also on this card, well, I will be covering his. I'll do a Kappa comparison for his fight when I get into my next set of Kappa comparison picks. Chad Anheliger is coming off a UFC debut win over Jesse Strader. TKO round 3. Actually, he won by ground and pound round 3 against Jesse Strader. Before that, he was in the Contender Series where he beat Muin Gafurov. I don't know. Split decision. He has a nice win against Brady Highstand. Brady Highstand also been in, won a Contender Series. But this happened in Rise FC. Rise FC is a regional scene out of British Columbia, Canada. I asked Dave if he's ever seen a Rise FC event, and if not, why? He should go see them. Chad Anheliger, his fights before the Contender Series, all in Rise FC against people you've never heard of. Craig McLean, punches round 1, I'll say. Terrence Chan, TKO round 1. So anyway, Chad Anheliger on a 10-fight win streak out of, I know it's the Canadian promotions over the West Coast and a couple others spread throughout there, but most of them are from like Rise FC, British Columbia. He does have a 1-inch height advantage, but I said he had a 2.5-inch reach advantage, so size not a big deal here. He's going to be the older fighter, and Anheliger is 35. And Heili is 30 for the Mongolian Knight. So tail of the tape, I would say, goes to Alateng Heili. Let's see what the cappers have to say here, starting with the favorite. Minus 155 favorite in Alateng Heili. We've got Dev and Sal both on the side of Heili. Vlad, UFC Celebrities and Classics on the side of Heili. Both the Allen brothers from Fight Night Picks, Matt and Craig Allen, both on the side of going against their fellow countrymen too, taking the Mongolian Heili. We've got Wheezy and DFS, both from Stat Diggers, on the side of Alateng Heili. And finally, it's your boy, eBay's picking Heili by decision to get it done, making this a full capper consensus. If you don't know, I haven't done this in a while, but a full capper consensus is when all the, oh, look at the special treat. What's a full capper consensus, Nora? Tell them in the camera.
It's when all the handicappers pick one side of the whiteboard.
And in this case, all of them are taking Alateng Heili to beat Chad Anheliger. Thank you, Nora, for that. Did you do a dance? I don't even think she did.
No.
Huh? Did you just wash your hair?
Yeah.
You gotta go brush it so there's no tangles in the morning. School starts tomorrow for Nora. She's looking forward to it, aren't you?
No.
I know you're not. Go brush your hair, baby, and put it ponytail so you don't mess it up in your sleep. But anyway, full capper consensus on this closely lined fight. And I have to go with the capper consensus here. I take the favorite in Alateng Heili. I think he's going to have the, what's that? I'm pretty sure it's coffee. I don't think it's nuts. Let me see. Yeah, that's toffee. Go eat it in the other room, right?
Yeah.
If your tongue starts to get swollen, then stop eating it. But I think it's toffee. She's allergic to nuts. All right, so taking Alateng Heili. I think he's probably going to get it done by decision as well. I think he's got the better wrestling. He's going to have more takedowns. I would have reckoned it's probably going to... I don't know if these guys are going to stand up. Anheliger, though, 10-fight win streak. But, and plus Alateng taking out Kevin Kroom in 47 seconds of round one. Man, this is going to be a pretty close fight, but I'm going to give it to Alateng. I think Anheliger does have a pretty good chin on him. I think he can... 10-fight win streak, no one's been able to finish him in 10 fights, so... And he's won them all, but the level of competition's been not quite that of Kevin Kroom, Casey Kenny, Ryan Benoit, Dana Baccarel, even Gustavo Lopez. It's been a lot lesser, so I'm going to go with Heili, Alateng Heili to get it done here. Moving on, finally, we've got the middleweight fight between Jamie Pickett and Denis Tiuliulin. Okay, the Night Wolf, Jamie Pickett is the favorite here, coming in with a record of 13-7. He's the favorite, minus 135. Denis Tiuliulin is a plus 115 underdog with a record of 10-6 as a professional. Let's start with the favorite in Jamie the Night Wolf Pickett. He is 34 years old. But Tiuliulin, also 34 years old. No age discrepancy there. How about the other tail of the tape? Jamie Pickett will be slightly bigger. 1-inch height advantage for Pickett and a 3-inch reach advantage for the Night Wolf as well. This is going to be an interesting fight because we've got Jamie Pickett, the favorite, coming off a loss to Kyle Dawkins by Darce choke, and that's when Kyle Dawkins was like, yo, you know what? I'm going to change my nickname to the Darce Knight. Corny. Then he ends up losing. But hey, Kyle Dawkins got the Darce choke in 4 minutes and 59 seconds of round one, meaning if the Night Wolf Jamie Pickett just realized the clock 1 more second, he would have made it to the next round. But he probably would have lost anyway, Jamie Pickett. Before that, though, he had a nice win over debutant Joseph Holmes, ugly man Joseph Holmes. And before that, he beat, by unanimous decision, he beat Laureano Staropoli. So there's that. Take that for what you will. Before that, though, this is what stands out in my head. He had a ground and pound loss to Jordan Wright, the Beverly Hills Ninja. Ugh. In 1 minute and 4 seconds of round one, Beverly Hills Ninja took care of him, gave him the bow, respectful bow, but really it was low-key disrespectful because he just, I don't know, it's just kind of like, yeah, I'll give you, I don't know. And before that, he lost to Tefan the Don Nchukwi by unanimous decision. He trains out of Wilmington, North Carolina, out of Port City Sports. On Instagram, he has been putting it in with people that I don't really know, so I didn't bother doing my research and find out who they are because I didn't recognize them. And once you hit the Instagram, usually names come up. None of them were nothing that I can remember. Denis Tiuliulin, he is fighting out of Russia. He's a Russian. He fights out of the Evolve gym over in Russia. But then when he comes stateside, he trains out of Extreme Couture. In Instagram, he's been pictured training with Renault Fakhretdinov. I think he cornered Renault Fakhretdinov. I don't know if he cornered him, but I think, or something. I know he's good friends with Fakhretdinov. And when he's at Extreme Couture, he's got pictures of him and Sean Strickland. So you know he's working with some good people over there in Vegas at Extreme Couture. He's coming off his UFC debut loss to how do you say this guy's name? Ali Askahab, I think. Ali Askahab Kizraev. His UFC debut where Kizraev got him in a rear naked choke in round 2. But that guy is a killer. That Kizraev, he's a beast. He's good. Before that, he was Denis was over UAE Warriors kicking ass, where he beat Juscelino Ferreira TKO round 1. He took a loss to Ikram Ali Kasarov by Chimera, you know, the Chimera arm lock round 3. Not good there. Before that, though, he was a Leon Warriors. That is a Minsk, Belarus regional scene. But, I mean, whatever. Where he beat Alexei Novikov by elbows round 1. Good win there. And then before that, he beat Denis Zaitsev by TKO round 1 over at King of Warriors Strike Fighting Championships in Moscow, Russia. This guy, Denis Tiuliulin, coming out of some decent, strong regional scenes over Belarus, Russia, Bahrain, United Arab Emirates. But he's been over there in the other side of the world. He's been destroying a lot of people. Came over here. He did take a loss to Kizraev in his UFC debut by rear naked choke round 2. But Jamie Pickett is not Ali Askab Kizraev. Let's see what the cappers have to say in this close fight between Pickett and Tiuliulin. Taking the favorite and Jamie the Nightwolf Pickett. We've got the Fight Night Pick brothers, both Matt and Craig, on the side of Pickett here. But then jump over here. We've got it's your boy eBay's saying Tiuliulin KO round 2. Originally he was gonna take him by decision, then he flipped it. He's like, you know what, Pickett, if Jordan, the Beverly Hills Ninja Jordan Wright can knock out Pickett, I don't see why Denis Tiuliulin can't. And he's got a point there. That's a horrible loss to have against Jordan Wright. But nonetheless, we also have Vlad, UFC Celebrities and Classics. His original pick is the fight does not go the distance. However, if I have to pick a side range, I'll pick Jamie Pickett. Then we've got the Stat Diggers, both DFS and Wheezy, strong on Tiuliulin, saying Jamie Pickett does not put it enough out there. He's like he does have the potential, but when he goes out there, he's not like against Kyle Dawkins. He didn't put enough output. He was more of playing like a defensive fighter type, and they pointed that out, and they don't like that. And finally, for the tiebreaker, we've got my boys Dev the Dude and Sell the Red, and they're both going on the side of the Nightwolf. Jamie Pickett, Dev, and Sell. Interesting. So we got 5 cappers taking Pickett and 3 taking Tiuliulin. In this spot, as I've been saying throughout, I don't like that Jordan Wright loss, so I can't go with the Nightwolf. I can't take him. I have to take the Russian Denis Tiuliulin at plus money. I like the plus money. When in doubt, get the value. And I am in doubt. I think it could go either way, but I'm going to take Denis Tiuliulin to get it done. And I think I agree with eBay's. I think it might be TKO. I think same thing. Round 2. I think Jamie Pickett will this time at least get to round 2. I don't know. Maybe round 1. I mean, Kyle Dawkins, round 1. Jordan Wright, round 1. Tafani Chukli, unanimous decision. But Tafani Chukli is not technical. He's more of a, I don't even, that, if it goes to decision, it should be Pickett's. But I'm going to go with the upset, the plus money here, Tiuliulin. So there you have it. So to recap. Thank you. To recap, I've got Darian Weeks beating the White Lion, Yohan Lainesse by TKO, round 2. Then I've got Heili, Alateng, Heili. I don't know which name is first, which name is last, but I got the Mongolian Knight beating Chad Anheliger by decision. And finally, I've got the upset, Denis, Tiuliulin taking out the Night Wolf Jamie Pickett. I think working at Extreme Couture, a better gym there than what is it called? The Wilmington, Carolina, Port City Sports. Pickett, I don't know, maybe he should, I'm not saying he should switch gyms, but he should switch gyms. I think Tiuliulin out of fight ready.
Just said I'm not
train.
I
know. I was making, just trying to be funny. But Tiuliulin working out a better gym, plus money. I think he's going to take care of business there. TKO round 2. So there you have it. Gather the info. Place those bets and cash those tickets. I really appreciate you watching. Give me that thumbs up. Fill the comments with who you think's going to win these fights. And stay tuned on Wednesday. Tomorrow, Brandon has soccer practice. So Wednesday, I'll do either select or main card fights for you for 3 more fights off UFC 2 or UFC. What is this? What? Thumbs up. Is this 270? This is a fight night. This isn't UFC 279. Or is it? Is this a... Hold on, let me see something. This is a pay-per-view, my bad. UFC 279. Where is this taking place? Over in the T-Mobile Arena.
Wow.
37 minutes, I'm over time. So, thanks. Be sure to like, hit that bell. What's that? Subscribe and comment. I appreciate it. Appreciate your help, Nora. Do all that. Good luck on your bets, and I will see you Wednesday with some more Capper comparison picks.
Bye.
Good night.